What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Shadox and welcome back to another episode of the Armory, where I go in depth on each of the weapons available in Battlefield 5, showing you the weapon stats, strengths, weaknesses, and give you my suggestion on the best specialization setup for the weapon so you can be more effective with it in-game. Today we are taking a look at the LS-26 LMG for the support class. The LS-26 is a Finnish machine gun developed in the late 1920s for the Finnish army. The weapon did see use in the Winter War as well as World War II, or the Continuation War as the locals refer to it. The weapon is chambered in the Finnish 7.62 by 53mm cartridge, and only 6,200 units were produced by 1942, with 5,000 being used by the Finnish forces and the remaining 1,200 being shipped to China. In Battlefield 5, you could obtain the LS-26 in one of two ways. You could have completed the Tides of War chapter assignment from Chapter 3, or if you failed to complete that, you can still purchase the weapon for a small amount of company coin. Let's take a quick overview of the weapon's stats to get a better understanding of what role this weapon fills. The LS-26 has a magazine capacity of only 20 rounds, a rate of fire of 600 rounds per minute, a muzzle velocity of 800 meters per second, and the weapon also has a standard automatic damage model with the max damage of 25.1 per bullet and a minimum of 18.5, meaning that you will require between 4 and 6 bullets to down an enemy. The reload times for this weapon are a bit on the longer side, with a tactical reload meaning that there is still one bullet left in the magazine taking 2.3 seconds, and an empty reload clocking in at a full 3.3 seconds. And lastly, the base hipfire spread of the weapon has a minimum half angle of 3.375 degrees and a max of 7 degrees while standing and not moving. This gives you a minimum spread of 1.18 meters and a maximum of 2.5 meters at a distance of 10 meters. The TTK for the LS-26 is on par with most of the other LMGs and assault rifles, with a minimum time to kill of 300 milliseconds and at 30 meters is just over 420 milliseconds. Let's take a quick look at the specializations that the LS-26 has to offer. Slings and swivels to reduce the amount of time to switch weapons and shoot sooner after sprinting by 15%. Quick aim to reduce the time to aim down the sights by 33%. Enhanced grips for a reduction to the base spread of the weapon, down to a minimum half angle of 1.35 degrees and a max half angle of 4.6 degrees while standing. This results in a spread of 0.47 meters minimum and a maximum of 1.62 meters while standing at 10 meters distance. Ported barrel to reduce the horizontal recoil from 0.2 degrees per shot to 0.16 degrees. This is a 20% improvement. Polished action to decrease the spread increase per shot when hip firing and also reduce the time to reach that min spread after firing. Barrel bedding to reduce the recoil dispersion while aiming and firing from 0.15 degrees to 0.0375 degrees. This essentially means that you'll get a lot less random recoil. Recoil buffer to decrease the vertical recoil by 20%, and custom stock to reduce the recoil dispersion while firing and moving from 0.4 degrees down to 0.2 degrees. I realize that some of you may be a bit confused as to what all that information was that I just said, and I'm wanting to go even more in depth in these Armory videos. I will be releasing a video later this week explaining in detail all of these different variables and how they impact each of the weapons and the game as a whole, so I apologize if things don't make sense at the moment. For my recommended specializations, I would choose slings and swivels, ported barrel, barrel bedding, and custom stock. The weapon does have some significant horizontal recoil, and the recoil dispersion while moving can throw a lot of your shots, and so choosing the specializations focused on reducing that inaccuracy will benefit you tremendously by allowing you to not waste your precious ammunition, which is vital considering the small magazine size of the LS-26. I chose slings and swivels over quick aim for two main reasons. The first is the quicker weapon switches to your secondary and back. You'll save nearly half a second switching to and from your weapon with this perk. And since once again the main limiting factor of this LMG is the magazine size, pulling out your revolver to finish off a target can absolutely be a lifesaver. The secondary benefit of slings and swivels is a reduced time to shoot from a sprint. The deploy time for the LMGs in general is pretty bad, and so this perk reduces the time to go from full sprint to shooting by 400 milliseconds, which can often be the difference between life and death. This weapon is best suited for medium length bursts between 4 and 5 rounds. Any less than that and the high initial recoil will make things very annoying, and any more than that and you start to build up a high amount of horizontal recoil. As far as playstyles, you can easily use this weapon as an aggressive support. It's a good balance between the FG42 and the KE7, so you can hold your own on objectives, but once again, the small magazine size does make engaging multiple targets difficult, so having your sidearm ready is paramount. The LS26 is also one of the few weapons that doesn't have any crazy assignments to get the weapon fully gold. Every assignment has an option to either get a certain amount of kills in a round or in total, so despite your personal skill, with enough determination, you can get this weapon fully gold in no time. The only difficult or annoying assignment for me personally was Mastery number 6, and this was getting kills over 50 meters. This weapon is definitely not suited for those long-range engagements, with a low ammo capacity and high initial recoil. But there is one saving grace, and that's the fact that the LS26 does have a bipod, and the only time that I would really recommend using the bipod is when you're going after this specific assignment. Otherwise, treat the LS26 like an assault rifle, and you'll do just fine. The LS26 only has 3 different choices for sights: the iron sights, anti-air sights, and the medium scope. For most situations, I would recommend the AA sight. It offers the smallest profile on screen while still allowing you to be accurate and precise at range and on moving targets. Overall, the LS26 is a decent addition to the support class. It's not really better than any of the other choices, but if you're looking for a new weapon to try out with the support class, then the LS26 is a decent option for most maps. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. My name is Shadox, and I hope to see you on the battlefield.